Let's kick things off with where this journey really begins, the early days. Growing up in a Christian environment, were there moments that sparked your curiosity about other faiths, or was it something that developed more gradually?
Growing up, church was a central part of my life. Sunday school, Christmas services, all of it. But I always found myself wondering about what else was out there, especially because some of my classmates came from different backgrounds and would share little bits about their beliefs. It just kind of planted a seed.
I love that a simple conversation in the schoolyard can open up a whole new world. Was there ever a point when you felt your curiosity was more than just casual interest?
Definitely. I remember borrowing a book about world religions from the library around age 13. And honestly, it made me realize how many different ways people seek meaning. That was the first time I started thinking about faith more as a personal thing, rather than just a family routine.
That actually reminds me everyone hits those moments of doubt or confusion, especially as a teenager. Did you have times when you questioned what you'd been taught in church?
Oh, absolutely. And it wasn't always comfortable. I remember sitting in the pews, listening to sermons, and feeling like I was supposed to just accept things on faith. But sometimes, the answers to my questions felt a little too vague, especially when it came to big topics like the nature of God or why bad things happen.
It's tough when the answers don't quite satisfy your curiosity. Did you feel alone in that? Or did you have someone to talk it over with?
For the most part, I kept those questions to myself. There's this unspoken pressure to not rock the boat, you know? But eventually, I started reaching out online, finding forums where people discuss these things more openly.
So once you started exploring other perspectives, how did Islam come onto your radar? Was there a particular moment or idea that really grabbed your attention?
Funny thing, my first deep dive into Islam actually came from a college philosophy class, of all places. We spent a week on Islamic philosophy, and I was struck by how much emphasis it put on both reason and faith. It felt like I was being invited to ask questions, not just accept answers blindly.
That's such a shift from what you described before. Were there specific teachings or practices that resonated with you on a personal level?
Yeah, absolutely. For example, the concept of direct prayer really spoke to me, just having that open line between yourself and God. No intermediaries required. And then there's the idea of accountability and daily reflection during prayer, which felt incredibly grounding.
Switching tracks a bit, making a big change like that can be tough, especially when family and community are involved. How did people react when you first started seriously considering conversion?
It was intense. My family was confused, and honestly, a bit hurt at first. There's always that fear you're turning your back on where you came from. Some friends were supportive, but others pulled away. It made me realize how much faith is tied up with identity and belonging.
That must have been hard. Did you ever second guess your decision? Or did it make you more sure of what you wanted?
There were definitely moments of doubt, especially in the beginning. But each time I'd question it, I'd come back to the personal peace I felt when I practiced Islam. That helped me keep moving forward, even when things felt shaky externally.
After all those ups and downs, what's life like now? Have you found a sense of belonging in your new faith community? Or is it still a work in progress?
Honestly, it's a bit of both. I've made amazing friends and found mentors who support my journey. But there are still days when I feel like I'm in between worlds. But that's also where a lot of growth happens. I'm always learning, always adapting, and I've come to see faith as something that evolves with me.
That's such a powerful way to look at it. If you could offer one piece of advice for someone who's questioning their own faith or considering a big change, what would it be?
I'd say give yourself permission to ask every question, even the uncomfortable ones. And don't rush the process. Sometimes it's the journey, and not just the destination, that really shapes who you become.